Karen cut water to burn victims at the clinic. I showed up with a 10,000-gallon water tank. The air was thick with ash and desperation that summer in Eldridge, a small town where the wildfires had left scars deeper than the charred hills. The clinic, a crumbling lifeline for burn victims, was the only place offering solace. But Karen, the town's self-appointed water warden, had other plans. She stood at the clinic's rusty water valve, her face a mask of cold resolve, and shut off the supply. "Water's for paying folks," she declared, her voice slicing through the murmurs of the crowd. The victims, bandaged and frail, gasped in disbelief. Nurses scrambled, their hands trembling as they rationed the last drops for patients writhing in pain. I'd heard the rumors about Karen's iron grip on the town's resources, but seeing Ither standing there, smug, while people suffered, lit a fire in me. I wasn't a hero, just a trucker with a rig and a conscience. My 10,000-gallon water tank, usually reserved for construction sites, was parked a mile away. I knew what I had to do. The clinic's head nurse, Maria, was the first to confront Karen. Her eyes blazed as she clutched a wrench, her voice shaking with fury. "People are dying, Karen. You can't do this." Karen didn't flinch. "Rules are rules. No payment, no water." The crowd grew restless, their whispers turning to shouts. A young man, his arms wrapped in gauze, stumbled forward, pleading. Karen turned away, unmoved. I pulled up in my truck, the engine's roar cutting through the chaos. The tank gleamed under the midday sun, a beacon of hope. I stepped out, heart pounding, and faced Karen. "You want to play God? Fine. I've got enough water for everyone." The crowd cheered, but Karen's eyes narrowed. "You're breaking the law," she hissed. "This is my jurisdiction." The standoff was electric. Maria, still gripping her wrench, stepped closer to Karen, her voice low but lethal. "You're killing them. You know that, right?" Karen's lips twitched, but she held her ground. The tension was unbearable, every eye on us, every breath heavy with anticipation. I gestured to the tank. "Open the valve, Karen, or I'll do it myself." Then came the twist none of us saw coming. Old Mr. Hensley, the town's reclusive mechanic, hobbled forward from the crowd. His hands, scarred from years of fixing engines, held a tattered ledger. "Karen," he croaked, "you're no warden. I checked the town records. You've been skimming water funds for years." The crowd gasped. Karen's face paled, her authority crumbling like the dry earth beneath her feet. Hensley's revelation wasn't just a bombshell, it was a betrayal of trust that hit harder than any fire. Karen lunged for the ledger, but Maria was faster, snatching it away. "You've been stealing from us?" Maria's voice broke, not with anger but with heartbreak. The crowd surged, their shouts drowning out Karen's protests. I didn't wait for her to recover. I climbed onto the truck, hooked the hose to the clinic system, and let the water flow. The sound of it rushing through the pipes was like a hymn, and the victims' relieved sobs echoed in the courtyard. But the victory was bitter. Karen, exposed and cornered, didn't back down. She grabbed a pipe from the ground and swung at the hose, screaming about her rights. Maria tackled her, and the two women hit the dirt, grappling in a cloud of dust. I froze, torn between stopping them and keeping the water flowing. The crowd was no help. Some cheered, others wept, and a few tried to pull them apart. In the chaos, a young girl, no older than 10, slipped through the crowd. Her burns were fresh, her eyes wide with fear. She tugged at my sleeve. "Please, mister, don't let them fight. We just need the water." Her words hit like a punch. I hauled Maria off Karen, who scrambled to her feet, spitting dirt and defiance. "You'll all regret this," she snarled, but her voice was hollow. The crowd closed in, not with violence but with a quiet, unyielding demand for justice. Karen fled, her silhouette shrinking against the horizon. The clinic was saved, but the cost was heavy. The water flowed, but trust in Eldridge was shattered. Hensley's ledger revealed years of Karen's corruption, and the town faced a long road to rebuild, not just from the fires, but from the greed that had torn them apart. Maria, exhausted, sat with the young girl, sharing a cup of water. I watched them, the weight of the day settling in my chest. I brought the tank, but I couldn't fix the deeper wounds. As the sun dipped low, painting the sky in shades of ash and gold, I thought about that girl's plea. She wasn't just asking for water, she was asking for humanity. Karen's actions weren't just about control. They were a mirror of what happens when fear and selfishness win. I drove away, the empty tank rattling behind me, wondering if we'd ever learn. What do you think, was Karen's punishment enough? Or does justice demand more? Share your thoughts on where the line between right and wrong lies in a community pushed to the edge.